talk to me about the involvement that the Good Samaritan Clinic has in this, along with the church. How did you all, you've had these in the past, how did you all come up with this idea?
Well, I can tell you, last year we had just patient after patient wanted to see the counselor just having just massive stress as far as the economy, the cost of gas, the price of food, I mean, groceries, everything. And they were fit to be tied. And so in our staff meeting, we kind of talked about it. What can we do to try to ease their burden? And so, as many charities do, made a phone call to Sam Card and just said, hey, Sam, we got to help our families. These families are stressed to the max, just trying to make ends meet. Now here they're going to have to try to get them clothed, ready. They've grown, a foot over the summer vacation, and they're just really stressed. I said, would you be willing to help? And he said, absolutely. So that's exactly what we did. We hosted a little back to school event, made it kind of like a street party, had a DJ, and I'm serious, so many people that we're associated with came in and helped, the Fort Smith Public School System, other charities, the Community Rescue Mission, they came out and manned a bouncing around, and our friends at MS Event Group, loaned us a DJ, if there is such a thing as loaning a DJ. Our friends at Banco ZK cooked hot dogs, and it was so cute because we had it set up in the Ruth Skinner building next door to ours that the church owns, and we had it set up just like a store. So the kids came in, they got a bag, and they just got to fill it with the stuff that they wanted and they needed. And I saw a family with 5 little girls, and those bags were brimming, and their smiles were as big as Texas. It was so neat, but we ran out in 2 hours. I mean, it was quick. And so we were fortunate that the next day we knew that First United Methodist Church was doing the same thing, and we were able to hand out flyers, and we were able to send them there. And so, First United Methodist came and talked to us and said, let's do this bigger and better together. And I said, that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll supply the school supplies. They're going to have barbers there giving them haircuts. Mm-hmm. They're going to have shoe vouchers from JCPenney so they can go get a new pair of treads for school. We're going to do preschool physicals. That is the huge part of last year. Any kid entering into school's got to have that. And it also gives those parents peace of mind. And we were so fortunate to have probably 24 of the medical students from RCOM that were there doing it as well. We did health checks on anyone. We did sugar checks, blood pressure checks. It was just a great day. It was a lot of fun. And we're going to continue to do that, and hopefully continue this partnership with First United Methodist, and just hopefully help and serve more people in our community.
So who can come out to this? Do you have to meet certain eligibility to be a part of this?
No, we're just going to help as many as long as we can. And I think for a lot of us that service in this area, the Salvation Army, Next Step, the Rescue Mission, the Hope Campus, we just try to share amongst ourselves, because we know a lot of our patrons are people that really could benefit from this help.
The help that you get is community wide. Do you still need items that Absolutely. Will be given out?
Yes. And actually our board members just showed up to we do a board appreciation luncheon every year for them. And we just had that last week where they brought school supplies. Everyone now, on all of our social media, we're asking people just to drop off anything. It doesn't matter if it's just a ream of paper or, a box of crayons, markers. I mean, everyone always asks, just think about school, markers, colored pencils, folders, notebook paper. And yes, they still use notebook paper. It's not all electronic. Just, normal basic stuff, because those are the things the kids really need, pencil pouches. And again, the backpacks that we're giving away are super nice. They're not cheap and cheesy. They're just really nice. And the cool thing about the church, their small groups actually provide some incredible door prizes too. Bicycles, computers, I mean, lots of nice things. So I was like, can I register for the door prizes? I mean, they're going to have some really nice things. So yeah, there's so many ways everyone can give back. Give a door prize. If you just don't want to go buy anything, you want to drop by a donation that earmarked for the back to school bash, then do that, and we'll put that toward buying more supplies. And we're really lucky that First National Bank always steps up, and Banco ZK is coming back to grill hot dogs. And so again, DB, I don't have to tell you this, our community is just outstanding when it comes to meeting the call.
August 5th from 11 to 1. Now that's 2 hours. Could it go longer than that, or will you run out before 1 o'clock?
Yeah, I think 2 hours will be the max. Yeah, I think we'll run out after that. As a matter of fact, last year at the 2 hour mark, I will never divulge my source, but someone left and came back with 100 more backpacks. And I guess more than anything, the need was so great, and it probably remains that way this year because let's face it, inflation hasn't gone down. So hopefully we're about to level out. But this is just a great way, and it's a lot of fun too. Little lunch, little shopping, and get a haircut.
And just have a great time.
Yeah, it does. And I think it just once again shows you how it is better together because we're able to pull on each other's strengths and weaknesses and do more. That's the main thing. We're going to be able to help more people together.
All right, Patty, thank you so much. Have a blast on August 5th.
We will.